And then he also texted me that once they would kill him, they would send me his head.
Jesus, Lord, thank you so much for everything, for giving me this blessing, beautiful girl in the world, and this beautiful boy, beautiful angel, beautiful soul. Thank you, Jesus, Lord, for everything. This is a blessing that was with me. Every time when I'm with them, I feel so complete. I wanna be with them every single day. God is such a blessing, big blessing, another blessing day with my beautiful woman and my little boy. I'm so in love with these beautiful people.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is like a little bit different. A video basically about me reacting to a video that never got uploaded to YouTube. It's 10 o'clock, so excuse my hair, excuse my makeup. I didn't have time to film in the afternoon. If that means I'm filming at 10 o'clock, then you know, I'll do that. And I'm kind of like whispering because my son is like sleeping in front of me, so I'm kind of risking it, and if he wakes up, you know. But so this video never got uploaded because it's such a touching subject. It was so sad to record that. I still remember those emotions I was having that day. I struggle with putting negative content because to me this is negative when it comes to like sad things or bad things, because my videos are helping some of you guys and you guys are enjoying them because we're so positive, because we're all about laughter and happiness. So where would I randomly upload this negative video? And I never really thought it was appropriate, because like, you know, I would be vlogging us going on a date or us spending time with my family, so it was always like there was not a good appropriate time for me to upload it, and so it just never got uploaded. Like I knew that I wanted to upload it, but it is so old that like my whole face, my whole makeup application has changed. I remember it broke me down. I was editing it and I just put so much time and so much just effort into it, so I kind of didn't want to like let it go to waste. I could redo it, but at the same time I feel like that wouldn't be real, because I do not want to fake my emotions and I do not want to kind of be an act. And so I just decided to, how about I react to it. And let me tell you that you guys are not ready for this. It's just like everything is like shocking, scary, sad. It's like a scary movie. Like it's just crazy. You guys wouldn't believe half of the things that we have gone through. Let's just go ahead and react. It's such a miracle that my boyfriend's here, and you guys, I know you guys are dying. You guys are wanting to know the story about like why my boyfriend almost died, or why were people going after him. And so let's just go ahead and begin, guys. I'm like already, there goes nothing. Today's shout out goes to Perfect Disaster, aka my sis. Oh my gosh, I remember I used to love doing shout outs. It's so funny. Like one of the things I noticed is that I have like loyal viewers. I see you guys and like I appreciate you guys. Besos, because you guys are freaking real and you guys have been riding with me for so long. Talk about the time my boyfriend almost died. The time that people tried to literally kill my boyfriend. Without his permission, I wouldn't be making this video because I can't just randomly talk about him. Someone actually died that he was really close to during this event. Even right now, like I told him what I was doing, he was just like, just upload it, and I'm like, no. I know it brings sadness to him. Give him a thumbs up, guys, for allowing me to open up for him and for allowing me to share this with you guys. Give him a thumbs up. We had been dating for less than a week, and we constantly had things going on. When we met, he was at a time in his life where he was empty and he needed happiness, and I feel like I gave him the happiness, and he came into my life the year that I was just like the loneliest. I feel like we were both so lost in this world and needing love, and God works in like mysterious ways and like put him in my path, put myself in his way. We just like fell in love so quickly. Do you guys notice my horrible makeup? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué oso? My makeup looks horrible. It was a normal day. He was going to come over. He would always come over, and every single time he would come over, like he knew I was going to either cook for him or take him out to eat. I was his little sugar mama. I was probably 17. He was a year younger than me. Many of you guys might not know that. Honestly, guys, we don't even know, because I don't know, we'll tell you guys why we're like so lost. We thought he was younger than me, but it turns out we're the same age, but that's a whole different story. When you got off the bus, you would have to walk around 15 minutes to get to my house. I had a bad feeling, and just thinking about it, it's like already giving me just goosebumps. My heart was pounding 1,000 times, like God was telling me like something is going on. Usually he texts me when he, to this day, like God still speaks to me. I know when something's gonna happen, or something's happening, or you know, like something's going on, whether that's with him, with my son, with my family. I can feel it, and I know it before I even find that out. Just letting me know like, oh, I'm already here, I'm gonna start walking. And I already knew it took this amount of time from his house to my house, because you know, I was always looking at the time, and I already knew how long it took. He didn't text me, and I was like, what the heck? He should already be here, and he should already text me like, oh, I'm gonna start walking. 5 minutes passed, and I get a text from him. Oh my God, baby, they're following me. That was so scary to read. And I'm behind a bush, just like text after text, giving me more and more details like that. And I was just like, who's following you? And I tried calling him. I don't remember if he picked up the first time, but after a second time, he was just like, I could hear that he was running for his life. Like, you know how when you're on the phone and you're running, like you can hear like he was just like out of breath. He was just telling me that some guys were chasing him. I was like putting on my shoes. I was ready to go in. I straight up, like, I don't give a heck when it comes to protecting people I love. I do not care about my safety. Like, I know God has my back, and family first. Like, I put everyone first, and I'm always last. I don't even really think about like, should you really be doing this? I opened the door, and then I see him. I don't know, I bet he was scared. He was just like with this weird expression, like I could tell something was wrong. They call themselves gangsters, cholos, whatever. We all know those are just people trying to act tough with weapons, with more than one. I let him know that everything was going to be fine, that he should not be scared, and if this ever happened again, to call me. I was like, we need to call the police. Guys are like the opposite. We're all about like protecting our families, protecting ourselves, getting like officers involved, especially when it comes to something serious as this, especially when it comes to someone's life. Like, no one's life should be in danger, and you should not be facing something serious as this alone without telling anybody. Guys are like that, like calling the police. That's a PUSY move. I listened to him because at the end of the day, I couldn't really do nothing if he didn't want me to. That's what I used to think. Of course, now it's differently. I would never take his word. My eyes keep getting watery. We were literally living in fear for months. I knew calling the cops was the best decision I could ever make, but since my boyfriend didn't want me to, like, I just listened to him, and we never did a report about this. I barely had gotten my first phone. I would like give out my house phone number, and they never found out it was a house phone number, a house phone. Well, at least I don't think so. Me and my sister would run to the phone, and like, you know, it was just embarrassing to not, because we didn't have a phone until like we were 18. I mean, I didn't turn out bad, so I guess, you know, I can't complain. She had her rules and her way of doing things for a reason. When we're younger, we don't understand a lot of times like why our parents are like this. Why can't we have, for example, a phone when all of our friends are having a phone? Why is it a big deal, this and that, you know? But as you get older, you will understand, and you will be so thankful for their choices and the way they raised you. It was pretty annoying at first having to use my house phone. Me and my sister, you guys, we have some crazy memories with our black house phone, but that's another story. But yeah, guys, my point was that I had barely gotten a new phone, so I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of fake people in my life, so this shouldn't be a big surprise to me. Like, seriously, like only like 6 people had my new phone number, and I did not put it on Facebook where you can like put your phone number. I chose wisely when it came to giving out my phone. I thought everybody that I had my phone was like real, a real person in my life, and it turned out that whoever it was, one of those 6 people, I knew, just wasn't real. It turns out it has to be one of those 6 people. I mean, how else would this wannabe gangsters have my phone number? If I had barely gotten my first phone, I only gave it out to 6 people. They got my phone number. You guys are going to know so much more than what my family actually knows. I just realized that right now. Every minute that you stay here, you will see that story unfold and get worse and worse after minute. I started to get just really horrible texts that were literally telling me they were going to kill my boyfriend. They would tell me to let them know where I live, that they wanted to do some things to me. And I cannot believe I would still walk to work. I cannot believe I would always come home late by myself. I would walk home in the dark, like super dark, behind the apartment where there was no lights, no cars. Crazy. I did a lot of things, even knowing people were after my boyfriend to kill him, and they were after me. I always believed in God. Now I have a bigger understanding about God and everything, but I just always knew there was a God, and I always trusted God, and I always believed in God, and I always loved God. And I realized a lot of times, you know, people will try to bring you down. The enemy is all around us, but the enemy doesn't have the last word. God does. And God always has the last word, the last decision. God is going to choose how your life will be. I look back and it amazes me, guys. I think I saw I have like 2 pimples in my forehead. God is always protecting his children. It amazes me because, like I mentioned, I just did some really dumb things, even though I knew I was getting this text saying like, let me come over, where do you live, I'm gonna come over and do this, do that. And God always was protecting my boyfriend and I. We're his children, and he will protect us no matter if, you know, we are not obeying him, no matter if we don't believe in him. Like, he has our back 100%. I was at a very, very dark place with technically family problems. Like, I was literally facing this alone. It was just my boyfriend and I. That's it. But I care more about protecting him than protecting myself. I was stronger than him in a way, and I feel like I was his protector. So I would drop him off at the transit center, and I would walk back home in the dark by myself. And I did this because I wanted to keep him safe. I know maybe I didn't love myself enough to like want to protect myself. You know, we should always come first. But back then, my boyfriend's safety always came first. So I put him in front of me. To me, it was always getting him home saved. If something bad had to happen, I would rather it happen to me. I was, you know, if they ever do find me somehow like walking alone, I don't know, I had a feeling that even though they were telling me they wanted to rape me or whatever, I knew that was not gonna happen, but I knew that my boyfriend was in danger. You know, I was like always like, if they do end up, you know, trapping me or whatever, I will do this, I will do. I was always planning in my head. While I was walking, I was like planning what I was gonna do if they did end up finding me, or like the four of them ended up approaching me while I was walking back home. I was always like thinking about my plan. A lot of times I would be on the phone just in case, you know. I feel like they were like stalking us because everywhere we went, he would get a text, or I would get a text, and they would be like, "We're behind you," or "We see you guys." I remember one time, my boyfriend, I took all the strength that I had inside of me to not cry. Was, you know, in his home, I don't know, probably out with his friends, and I was at my house. They would text me, "We see your boyfriend, it's his time." And so what I would do, I would call my boyfriend and be like, "Where are you? They just texted me that they see you, go home please." I would be the messenger. I spread that word to my boyfriend, and he would just like book it as fast as he could, get out of wherever he was, like just disappear from wherever he was. You know, we're behind your boyfriend, or we see your boyfriend, we're gonna kill him. This and that, we're gonna do this. He's right here. We can see your boyfriend. And I would like run to the phone, call him, and just tell him, "Please hide, please go home." Like, they texted me, and he knew it was serious. So when he got a call, he did what he had to do to save his life. So that happened a lot of times. I never knew how they look like. I always asked him like, "How do they look like?" And he would always tell me like, "They're bigger than me." When me and my boyfriend barely met, I always call him a wimpy kid. The wimpy kid from like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, because it looked like the wind could knock him down. He was just like this really skinny person. So really short. So tiny. He looks so fragile. Like old skeleton, little like. I would always tell him to describe it. Most of the time he didn't even want to talk about it, probably just not to scare him. Like, now that I think about it, I'm sure there was more incidents where he came face to face with them but didn't tell me about them just to not scare me. But most of the time he didn't really care and didn't take my concerns serious. I wanted to know, so you know, what if something happened to him? I could go to the police and be like, "They look like this, they look like that." If I ever saw them, I could know how they look like. But he didn't really describe them to me. All he would say is just that there's always like 4 of them. At one occasion I did end up seeing 2 or 3 of them. You guys are gonna find that out in a little bit. But guys, we were 17. They were freaking around their 30s. These are freaking guys that could be like our uncles, our dads. I just really had this desire to know how they look like. And it's like God wanted me for me to see them so I could be alert. One time I came over to see him. We went to 7-Eleven and he just froze. We would go to 7-Eleven for our takis and a little like we were going for our Arizona, and he froze. I knew something was wrong, and I was, "What's going on? What happened? What's wrong?" I see this really huge dude, bull-headed dude, you know, normal gangster looking type of person. Walk really exactly how they portrayed them in the movies. Exactly. And I was like, "What happened? What's going on?" hello, what happened? I'm getting mad because I just see him freezing. Like, I know something's wrong and he's not telling me, and it was pissing me off. He told me, like, that's them. I only saw two, and I remember they just, like, looked at him, like, you know, those people that, those guys that always, like, want to scare you low-key, and they just looked at him like, what's up? This really evil look in their faces, just looking at him. Like, guys still do that to him. Like, I don't get it. Like, what's up with you guys? Like, do you guys think we're still in high school? And they asked him something, and my boyfriend was just, like, right there, you know? And I was like, wow, what you want? I straight up said that I still remember every single thing. Like, if it was yesterday, I was like, what's your problem? What do you want? They were, like, talking to my boyfriend, but I was the one that was just like, what happened? What's your problem? And I would just always tell my boyfriend, like, no, like, nothing's gonna happen to you, it'll be fine. Watch, those people are gonna end up getting locked up. Just tell him to fuck off. I would tell him to just to leave us alone. I will warn them, like, you're not gonna do nothing to my boyfriend. If you do, I'm calling the police. Like, I already took screenshots of. I wish I would have kept the phone. Like, I don't have the phone anymore. At least I don't think so. He, like, completely ignored them. I was like, no, that's probably what they want. They want to see the fight. They want drama. They want to see that they're affecting us, and I was just ignoring them. We don't care about you. You don't affect us. Like, you're not scaring us. My boyfriend and I were at the Cinco de Mayo fair. We were just having a good time, you know, enjoying the rides. I actually have some pictures that we took. We took about 10 steps, maybe 12. It was like outside, like the Portland, the fair that they always put out in Portland, the Cinco de Mayo fair in Portland. That's where we were. I know they texted, I know you guys are in the Cinco de Mayo fair, and we're right behind you. I was not even trying to hide it. Like, I just turned around completely and tried to see who was behind me and see if somebody, like, acting sketchy. They texted my boyfriend pictures of a gun that they had, and I already knew, like, we have to get out of here as soon as possible. And we were just teenagers trying to have fun, trying to make memories, trying to make the most out of our high school relationship. Like, we didn't know nothing. Like, how were we going to fight against guns? Like, people, not just one, people that had guns. How were we going to get out of that life? So I just grabbed my boyfriend by the hand and we speed walk. And I told him, like, we have to go, come on, let's go, we have to go. I don't want to make this video really long, guys. This was super long. I, like, trimmed out so much, and after I thought it was done editing, I just kept going back and trimming it even more because it was just way too long. Can you guys imagine having to constantly be getting texts from this dude you don't even know? Like, I was afraid of my boyfriend being alone. I just couldn't be at peace if I wasn't with my boyfriend. I would always be thinking about him, like, is he okay? Is he safe? Oh my gosh. I didn't want him to die. I loved him so much since the very beginning, and I didn't want nothing bad to happen to him. It just kept happening, you know, the same thing over and over again. Until my boyfriend said he was going to Portland. Portland is terrible, terrible, terrible. And he kept insisting that he was like, yeah, I have to go. Like, I'm going with my friend. He's like my brother to me. We've known each other for so long. He was trying to convince me that he was in good hands. And this turned out to be the biggest betrayal of his life. His so-called friend, brother. But I was not convinced, because I've already gone through so much. I already know friends that you love as sisters, that you see as sisters, are freaking fake. You can't trust anybody. We don't have friends in this world. We have to watch our own back. No, I believe we even got into an argument because he just wanted to go. Yeah, I remember, like, not a really huge argument, but he was just like, no, baby, come on, just let me go. Obviously, he wasn't gonna go if I was not okay with it, but even though he could. and it's not that he was asking me for permission. It's just like him being respectful, you know, like asking Stephanie if I go, and he's not going to be disrespectful and go somewhere if I'm not okay with that. He just wanted to go with his friend because his friend was like inviting him. They were gonna go, I don't even know where. So he was making me so angry because I already knew, like, no, you cannot go anywhere. It was like 7 at night. It's actually more late, and I felt really weird, but of course he didn't because it was like his brother. And let me tell you, like, I still remember, like, I'm telling you guys, I remember everything. I remember that, like, my eyes were being opened even more because, like, you know, my boyfriend was texting his so-called brother while we were on the phone, and he was like, baby, like, he's telling me if I can please go with him. Like, his friend was begging, like begging, and I was like, what the heck, why would somebody be begging? Accept the answer. They can't go, or they don't want to go. Like, why are they so desperately wanting my boyfriend to go? Like, why is he being so desperate? Friend has set him up. It turns out that they were only going after my boyfriend by mistake. By mistake, guys. We had the most horrible days of our life because of a freaking mistake. His friend, who he called a brother, actually wanted to get rid of my boyfriend's life to save his own. And I would always ask my boyfriend, like, are you doing something? Even though I was trying to keep him safe, I was also trying to get the whole puzzle, questioning him, asking him all sorts of questions, if he had an idea why they wanted to get rid of him. Are you doing a crime? Why are they going after you? And I would not understand. He would always tell me, like, no, I'm not. Like, do you really think I would do that? And it didn't make sense to me. I would be like, then why are they after you? Why do they want to get rid of you? Why do they want to kill you? And he would be like, I don't understand. Like, I'm just as confused, as lost as you. I know as much as you do. And I was just always so confused. Like, why would they go after this person that hasn't done nothing to them, that is not, like, you know, into any games? A complete stranger. Are you sure? Let me know. Maybe I can help you. Let me know. Did you do something to make them mad? He always say, no, 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 baby, I didn't. Which was probably annoying to him. Every time we would see each other, I would ask him another question, like, okay, maybe you didn't do this, but did you do this? Like, I just need you to be honest with me. Like, I'm still going to be by your side. But he was just like, always like, no, no, no. The next part I'm going to tell you guys is just going to be so crazy. This is going to get really graphic. They took a picture of my boyfriend's friend, who he considered a brother. They took a picture of his head. And so I remember I kept taking breaks in between because I just didn't want to, like, be crying. So I just kept taking breaks, and you guys are gonna see me that, like, I'm on the verge of breaking down. But when they sent him the picture of his friend's head, I almost passed out, guys. Like, casi que me desmayo. I don't know how I did it, guys. Like, feeling so weak. But I gotta be strong for my boyfriend. We're on the phone together and he's crying. He didn't even care that his friend has tried to kill him. He literally cared so much about him that that's all he was thinking about. That he couldn't believe his friend was dead. Like, he was just crying, full of sadness. His heart was broken in pieces because the truth was that they had killed his friend. They took a picture of his body in a bag. To me, this still seems so unreal. Something like you would only see or hear in movies. But no, guys, something that happened in real life. Something that we experienced. It's unbelievable. The whole time this all was happening, I never shed a single tear. I was going through so many negative emotions, but I never ever once showed it. This was all a big misunderstanding. We all come into each other's life for a reason. Whenever you meet somebody, like whether it's for good or bad, it's for a reason. If people are no longer in your life, I saw this quote that said like, that's God removing them from your life because they're toxic. God is removing negative people. Keep that in mind, that it's not you, it's just God getting rid of people. God is just trying to keep you safe. Like God used me to protect him. If I hadn't come into my boyfriend's life, who knows where he would be right now. Before, when he wasn't with me, there was always like things happening to him, or like people trying to start beef. And when I was with him or around him, like nothing, everything positive, nothing. But once I got out of his side, like all the enemies came and attacked. Demons, not like enemies, like his enemies. So I started to cry. I didn't know this person. After months of complete torture, this was when we just cried on the phone together. I couldn't imagine stabbing my boyfriend by a huge setup. I broke down because I couldn't picture what my boyfriend's eyes had seen. Those people took a picture of my boyfriend's friend, his body in a bag, took a picture of his head, sent it to my boyfriend. And I cannot imagine what my boyfriend was going through that day. What they sent me was an explanation. They explained everything. We were going after your boyfriend because his friend gave us the wrong name, and at the end he ended up confessing. They never told me what was like the big deal. They gave me enough information explaining like the whole situation, but some things are still missing. There's things that I still don't know, and honestly I did not care, nor did I ask. I was glad to be done with this. We went through this nightmare just because my boyfriend's friend was setting him up. So what they sent to just letting me know that they had gotten rid of the person that they were looking for. My boyfriend's friend had said that whatever he had done, he was putting the blame on my boyfriend. They told him to bring my boyfriend. That was what he was trying to do. Bring my boyfriend to the city where he already knew they were planning on killing him. They were waiting for him, where he was supposed to die. At the end, my boyfriend's friend showed up by himself without my boyfriend. He confessed to it all, that it was him who had done whatever. To this day, I have no idea what his friend had done that was so bad that he needed to point the fingers at somebody else to save his own life. They told me they threw his body down the bridge. How sad, selfish, and heartless is that? We killed him. We threw him down the bridge. I just don't understand. You know, we read so many stories that by mistake, we see this so much in the news too, like, oh, wrong identity, like innocent people's lives get taken because of dumb people giving out false information, like it's this person. This world, guys, is just something else. You guys will never understand how that feels until you experience it, and I never wish anybody to experience what we went through. My boyfriend was almost gone just because of this person that wanted to save his own life. You know, and I thank God every single day for my boyfriend's life, for taking care of him, and I'm so thankful, guys. Of course, you know, I'm sorry that it had to end so bad, and I'm so sorry that my boyfriend lost a friend who he cared and loved so much. He was in disbelief. He would always talk about it and always bring it up and just like no, this is not happening. He wouldn't betray me like that. Like, that was my brother. Like, no, he didn't do this. Like, it's still in denial. I can't. Straight up, guys. I remember this part. I had like a knot in my throat, Like when you have a sore throat or like somebody's choking you, I feel like that. I feel like I just couldn't speak anymore. But I pushed through and I finished the video. Talking about hair, guys, I just can't picture. So you guys see me like putting my hand right here. And then he also texted me like that once they would kill him, they would send me his head. They would tell me, we'll send you your boyfriend's head. Like, I can't talk no more, guys, and I don't want to cry in this video. I literally cannot speak anymore. I had to take a little break because it was just getting to be too much for me, guys. Leave my boyfriend a comment down below if you made it this far. We have 2 minutes left of the video, which is just probably like me thanking you guys and telling you guys to give it a thumbs up, to comment, and this and that. To my outro, guys, I want to thank you guys again for watching. Let me know what you think of this story. I know it seems impossible to be something that normal people go through in real life, but life, guys. We did. I'm stronger enough to be able to look at that footage and let it break me down. I'm stronger now. But let me know what you guys think, and if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Candy. Subscribe and click on the bell. Don't forget to get notifications all the time so you guys can come check out my new uploads. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay strong if you are going through something tough. You're a soldier. Keep your head up. You can do this. I love you guys. You guys are so special to me. Say it with me, and remember, God loves you.